Well, hello, everyone. It is the Monday night Rock Your Life Team Zoom. So happy that you're all here. Get to see all your bright, smiling faces. Good things going on out there. Trying to see who else is here. Awesome. Well, we're getting started. So we always start out with some gratitudes and some celebrations. And so let's do that. So who's got something good going on? Who would like to celebrate Miss Lindsay? Eliza, you want to celebrate Miss Lindsay? Yay. Eliza, I'll let you do it. Go for it.
Oh, you unmuted me. Okay.
I did.
So, yes, I'm so excited that she's on this call, and I'm so excited that I get to brag. And she works so hard, and Jay and I are like so excited, especially this week in particular. There was just a ton of energy, and I just can't. We're so excited.
You're so excited that your energy is like cutting out your computer. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my phone.
It's all good.
That's your New Hampshire. That's the New Hampshire Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations, Lindsay. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. I can't even believe it happened. As I sit here, fold laundry, try to multitask.
You're awesome.
Thank you. We just have the best team, and like every time I ever get stuck, I have such a great team to back me up and help answer questions and navigate this crazy muddy waters with me. And I'm just very, very grateful for our awesome team, because I would not have been able to do it without everybody.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And it's fun to watch what you guys are doing. So kicking butt. Totally awesome. Thank you. Anybody else have a celebration? Somebody to shout out? Anna?
So I had 2 enrollments last week that were for 2 of my associates. So that's always exciting, but I want to, I have immense gratitude for truly one team mentality, from having people who are not financially linked to me willing to be accountability partners or willing to help out on a 3-way call. And I don't think he's on the line, but Chad did a 3-way call with me. And I did a 3-way call for him, and I was like, okay, I didn't screw that one up too bad. And then I listened to like his call for me, and I was like, holy shit, he just blew that out of the water. That was phenomenal. And so I was like taking notes, and I'm like, okay, that sounds so much better. Oh, that's much better said. So it's amazing. And I said this last week, I'm going to say it again, and I'll say it until my very last breath. We are so, so lucky to be part of Isagenix, but we are so, so lucky to be part of this team, because I truly believe that we have some good mojo. I don't know what other teams are like, and I really don't want to know, because our team's mojo is just off the chain. So that's my gratitude.
Oh, it's totally awesome. And it's such a good statement. So Jenny Rose, you want to chime in on that a little bit, what she just said? Were you listening? All I can see is a bright light. I just know it's your name because you, there you are. Now I can see your face.
My background is super, super noisy right now.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
So chime in on what, like the 3-way calls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our team is awesome for even people who are not financially linked. I reached out to JoJo earlier this week and was like, I'm at a loss for who to ask. And she was like, why don't you ask this person? Why don't you ask that person? And I was like, well, they're not financially linked. And she's like, so? So I did, and plenty of people actually offered. It didn't happen. The person was just not able to get on the phone with me. He has 3 very young children, so we postponed it. But just to know that we have such great people to lean on, and vice versa. Like, it's not the energy that I was coming from was, I don't want to be a burden. But really, if I were to like switch the roles, I wouldn't feel like other people are being a burden to me. I would feel like I'm helping, I'm serving, and this is what we do, and this is a pleasure. And so I tried to think of it that way, and it felt a lot better.
That's so awesome. So, I mean, it's a good notice for you too, because we think sometimes because, you know, we're not financially linked, so somebody's not going to help us, but that's not the case. We're all one team. We all want to work together. And, you know, someday someone else's story might benefit them, right? So there could be in some way that your story, you really would relate to this person better than me, so I'm going to bring you on the phone and ask you to, you know, do that. And it makes such a big difference when we know we can reach out to anybody. But, good. Awesome. Thank you. I just kind of put you on the spot. I just like putting you on the spot all the time. Anybody else?
Can I go real quick, JoJo?
Of course.
My name is Chad. And
hi, Chad.
Hello. I'd like to thank pretty much everyone on the call, because anytime I need a kick in the pants, y'all can give me a kick in the pants, so thank you. But you do it in such a loving way, and that's what's pretty neat about it, because you get a kick in the pants out in corporate, and they really make you feel like a piece of cow dung. Here, they make you feel good and help you to realize that you just got to take more action. So thank you, everyone on the call, for lovingly kicking me in the pants and everyone kicking each other in the pants when we need it.
Agreed. Lovingly kicks in the pants. Cool. I am not quite sure where Rhonda is. We talked like really seriously not that long ago. So I don't think that any of the people on the phone are her. And she hasn't messaged me back. So we're just going to roll. So I know that Katya, since you're there, and we were talking about doing product training last week, are you ready for that?
Not really. I don't have my stuff with me. Yeah.
What were you studying?
The sleep spray. I was looking up and trying to find some fun information on the sleep spray.
Okay. And so we'll skip that if you don't have it. Okay.
That would be good. Thank you.
Who's planning on coming to Celebration? Do you guys realize it's only like how many days away? Like not that many. It's like somebody told me today it was really like not that many days away, which is crazy. So I hope everyone's planning on coming, because you guys know who's going to be there, right? 103 days away. 103 days. So can you make a plan to get to Las Vegas and hang out with me and Vinny in 103 days?
And Todd Falcone and Tony Robbins.
And Todd Falcone and Tony Robbins.
No, I'm sorry. David Wood.
Oh, I'm like Todd Falcone. Oh, well, he'll probably be here too. They actually usually do a pre-training with him prior to. So it's a good chance that he will be here also. But yes, David Wood. So what is the requirement to get in to see David Wood this year? Do you guys know?
Executive. Recognized as executive.
So executive. So who's going to be there to see David Wood at the leadership meeting? At the executive leadership meeting. Awesome. Cool. So if you guys do not have tickets and you haven't made plans and you hadn't thought about coming, I would definitely recommend that you be there. There's no question that events build belief. Correct? Anybody disagree with that? Nope. Good. Okay, so let's just chat a little bit. I had some stuff out there for Rhonda to talk about. but why don't we just talk about it? So, Eliza?
Yeah, I actually, I can share it on Rock Your Life. I did a live today on building belief, on getting to events for Unleash You. I put it up there today, so I can probably figure out, I think I can share, right, a live
You have
video?
to, yeah, what you would have to do since you put it on a private page is you would have to download it. So you'd have to like upload it to your YouTube and then you'd have to share the link.
All right, if I can find it, I will share that because I
Yeah.
did that today on events.
Awesome. Because you actually have to download it off of the page when it's in a private page. You can't just share it.
Okay.
So, and that's a good reminder of, when you guys are sharing from pages to pages, how to remind yourself that if you are on a private page, so say you're on Unleash or you're on Rock Your Life or, wherever you're at, and somebody posts something in there, even if it was public prior to, once it hits once it hits the private page, you cannot share it from there outside to anywhere else, because the only people that will see that are people that are members of the page. So remember, if there's something in there, to always try and get back to the public link, not sharing it off the page, because it kind of gets lost.
So Jojo,
do you want
to?
Yeah.
So with that, so obviously the Facebook algorithms, like Facebook Live, is higher than video. So would it be better to just do the video and then share it in the different pages, or is it better to do live and then?
It's actually better to live it from your public page.
Okay.
And so some of the stuff we don't want to do because, obviously that's not what we want, but, we don't want everyone to see it, but that's actually the best way to do it. So, that makes sense. So Liza, you want to speak to that since you did a video on it? Jenny's asking how we build belief in ourselves.
Sure. Sorry, how's my connection? Is it okay?
It's good.
Okay. So one of the reasons I did that video today was that I reached down to a couple people in our downline today to invite them as our guests to Super Saturday here in New England, but also to invite one of my consultants to join us in Vegas. So so my video was really my story, or Jay and I's story, on what it took to get us to Vegas. I mean, not to Vegas, to NYKO, to San Antonio, and how much shifting we had to do to get there. I mean, we had it was like all the stars did not align for us to get there, but we, in our heart of hearts, knew we had to find a way. And there are so many obstacles that everybody is going to face that are going to be challenges to get to these events. And really the live video that I did was just our story, but in the same sense, I recognize, I just said, I recognize everybody has their challenges, and I appreciate that a lot of your life is not spent on learning about isogenics, but if you really want to build that belief, you've got to find a way to get there. So that was really just kind of like the take home, and I hope it resonated with a couple people, I think,
Awesome.
So.
Well, and it's definitely done the trick for anybody who's gone, we all know. And so it's funny because people go, well, hey, just take good notes for me. But there's no way that you can ever take good enough notes for somebody to feel what it's like to be there, right? Never, ever. So, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. So since our special guest is here, can we see your beautiful face? There you are. Let me unmute you. Okay. Hey, girl. We're all good. So I'm so excited to see your face. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. Hi. I'm so sorry I was a little delayed. I'm here and I'm so happy to be here. I just moved into my new house. And it's really magical, and it's all because of Isogenics, man. Such a dream come true, JoJo. I can't even tell you.
I can't wait to see it. I'm coming as soon as we get back from Kelowna. So
okay,
awesome. Good. Well, so I would like to introduce to you all, this is our amazing team, and there's just people from all over the country that are here with us tonight. And this is one of my most favorite people ever. She is an incredible shining light in this world, and I just love her to death. She has a great energy. Where's my doggy? Show us, where's Bella?
I know, she's running around on the floor.
And she is an 8-star platinum, number 77 millionaire, number 77 in Isogenics. She has actually been in Isogenics 14 years, am I right? 14?
Well, I joined a month after the company opened.
Oh, okay, so 15 years. Sorry, I thought you were right. I thought you were a year later. Okay, there we go. She has created an amazing business here, and Freedom, like no other, has a great team that she's put around herself. And I'm not going to steal her story because I wanted you to hear it from her. And so I'm just going to welcome you. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for joining us tonight. And I know it was kind of like, I was just like, yay, jump on. And she said the 24th of April. And I was like, I'm putting it on the calendar. I don't care what else is going on, because we want to get her out here for you guys to hear her. So tell us, so you're in California. Where's your new place?
Playa del Rey. So I'm right next door to Marina del Rey. I'm right by Los Angeles Airport, which is very convenient for the travel lifestyle that we get to have.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so just moving in.
I just moved in, and I'm honored to be here with you guys tonight. And I just want to acknowledge, first of all, you, JoJo, and what just a beautiful team you have, and what an amazing journey you guys are all on together. And watching you, JoJo, just keep stepping through the doors of any blocks and any fears, and just diligently work on yourself so beautifully, to take yourself consistently to the next level. It's been so great to be on this journey with you.
Well, and thank you. Well, you're a great role model for me to follow, so I'll give that to you first. But so you've been here since the beginning. How did you get here?
Yes, well, I got here because thankfully I got a phone call from my dear friend, Dr. John Gray. So prior to Isogenics, I was really, I took the stage at Isogenics University about a month ago, and I started off by saying I was broke, but worse than being broke, I was broken. And I really found myself, I was in my mid-30s prior to Isogenics, and I really found myself really looking at very, very low self-esteem. I really didn't feel, I was always looking for someone to rescue me, the knight in shining armor. I didn't feel secure within myself. My finances were a mess. I was $40,000 in debt. I was working decent jobs, I had some really good jobs, JoJo, underneath my belt, but I was very unfulfilled, and I was quite frankly petrified of my financial future. I just did not have my act together, and I didn't see a way out. I had no idea how it was going to turn around. And my mom raised me as a single mom, and she was getting older, and she's been a waitress her whole life, and I knew she was going to need my help. And so I was really frightened, and John Gray called me up, who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So just like all of you guys probably got a phone call, or nowadays you saw something posted on Facebook or something, and that intrigued you, and you had a conversation, John just called me up. And he said, hey, I've lost 20 pounds. My brain's working better. I'm going to write a whole book about this. He's like, you got to try this. We're going to change the world together, Rhonda. I found a company, and if you love it, I'll show you how to make some great money. He said, I'll show you how to make some retirement income. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really needed that, right? You guys can, I'm sure, relate. You guys are all here, right? You're all showing up. You want to turn your lives around on some level. You want more. And I needed this so badly. So I said, sure. I was like, I didn't know even what network marketing was. But the last thing I ever wanted to do was sell anything. I was petrified of sales. But I started the products, and within a few days, I had that magical experience that we all have. Like the lights came on. I felt amazing. Within 9 days, I had lost like 9 pounds. And we only had the 9-day back then. That's all we had. And I started going to some of these events, and I fell in love. I fell in love with Jim and Kathy Coover and their vision and their mission. I fell in love with this culture. I don't know. I just felt safe here. You guys, can you relate to that? Are you feeling that? You know, there's a culture and a community here that, you know, you are going to be loved and supported every step of the way. And so I felt safe. But JoJo, I was petrified of rejection and sales. And so I didn't start building my business for 2 years. And then I started finally building. But during those 2 years, I was going to every event. I'd never missed a corporate event. I went to like 4 Isagenix universities a year. I went to Celebration. I went to New Year's Kickoff, which used to be called Top Achievers. I went to everything they did, right? And I was learning, and I would talk to people, JoJo, but only if it was like really safe and comfortable. And, you know, I was really scared. So eventually after 2 years and seeing all these people, you know, and I was working on myself, and I finally came to a place where I was like, you know what, I have to do this. I was so in love with this company and so in love with these products and what it could truly give to other people. And I really felt that I owed it, you know, to the world to learn how to share this. And so I started to learn. And about the 3rd year, I finally started calling people on my list. I believe it took me 3 years, you know. And I said in the story at ICU, I'm like, I didn't die, you know. I got a lot of rejection. But I'm very passionate about what we have here. And so I just stayed in the course. And about the 4th year, I got to about 6 figures, close to 6 figures. It was really interesting though. I'll give you guys a little background. So Andrea Hencart, who's our amazing, like, you know, teacher and leader in Isagenix around nutrition in children. That's her passion. John Gray called her first, but she said no. She said she would never do something like that, network marketing stuff, right? And so I said yes. So anyway, she ended up in my downline. So that was one side of my organization. And then the other side of my organization, I was really building on my own, right? So I had to kind of get a team going over there because we built 2 teams. And it was about that 4th year, I was cycling about 4 to 7 times a week. And it was frustrating, no doubt, because other people were going faster, a lot faster. Ellen Bradley, she became one of my best friends. She's local here in LA, so I met her at all the meetings and everything. Like, she'd already made $1 million by then, you know? And I was just like, ugh. And, but I just kept trucking away. And Ron Reed was my mentor, and he just kept telling me, Rhonda, you got this. Don't ever give up. Keep going. You're just one good person away from the next level. Keep looking for people that want to change the world. Keep looking for people that feel the passion here. You will find them. And there was a lady that came onto my team, and she actually brought someone in that just went crazy, right? So now I had 2 legs and 2 teams that were going, JoJo, and I got to about 100,000 a year in about my 4th year. 4.5 years in.
Awesome. And how long were you there? So let's say, so that puts you at what, like a 3-star? Would that have been a 3-star then? Okay, so that was about a 3-star at year 4. Right?
Yeah,
so
4.5. And then I got really comfortable, you guys. I mean, okay, so I was making money leading up to that, and everything that was coming in, I was just paying off credit cards with it. Like, it was just extra money to me. So I finally got all my credit cards paid off, and I got to 100,000 a year. And I never had to work for anyone else ever again. I was so excited, right? I'd hit that goal, and I got really comfortable, JoJo. And I think I was the longest 3-star in the company. I may have hit 4-star, and then I stopped. There was no more after that. And this is really interesting. I don't know, you guys, I think you'll come up against different things in your business that may plateau you. Okay. And what happened for me is, I said this on stage at ICU, I got really comfortable. Now I'm making 150, 180,000 a year. I had never made that kind of money. It was residual. It was coming in whether I was in Italy or I was working, you know, and I knew I couldn't take my foot off the pedal, that, you know, I knew I needed to keep it going, but I went into like comfortable management mode, you know, JoJo. And I realized after a while that I truly wanted more, and I wanted to make it about helping other people again, you know, because when you're comfortable, that means you're making it about you, right? And so I needed to stop making it about me, and I needed to get back to work. And I'll never forget it, JoJo. Kathy Coover invited Eric Worre to come to Celebration. I think it was 2012 or 13. Now, I've been stuck at 4-star, which, by the way, I wasn't even cycling 4-star anymore. I mean, I had got up to like 60 cycles a week. That's 4-star. But because I got so comfortable and I stopped taking consistent action, which is exposing new people every day to isogenics, I went into management mode and it slid back. Like I went down to 3-star in my cycles. I went down to 2-star, you know. So this was the journey. And then Kathy Coover invited Eric Worre out to Celebration, but I never missed an event. And, you know, that's what the events are. So I heard, I don't know, who was that was speaking before me?
That was Eliza, and we were talking about how events build belief.
Yeah, and they fire us back up, right? You guys, like we leave these events. And it is so interesting because I'd go to events and I would get fired up and it would take my belief to the next level. But I also battled with this comparing myself with others and seeing other people do it. And so I had to learn a mantra. And my mantra became, I'm doing this. I am doing this. I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care who does it faster than me. And I don't care how hard it is. I am doing this. And so I had to work with my, you know, sometimes I was leaving events feeling worse sometimes, you know, because I saw all my friends going 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 10-star, you know, and they're making these $100,000 bonus checks. And I was like, damn, you know, why isn't it happening for me? And, you know, that's an individual journey. We're all going to have an individual journey. And here's what I figured out, because Kathy brought Eric Worre to Celebration that year. And he said, you leave here and you go on this, you create this time where you enroll 20 people in 30 days. And he taught us this whole thing over like 5 hours, right? I don't know how many of you were there, but he had me so fired up because he told me that it would explode my business bigger than it's ever exploded. And I needed it. I was like at 20 or 30 sometimes cycles now. And I'm like, what, you're 10, you know? And that's just, you know, there's so much more that can be done, right? And so he said it would explode my business, and I never enrolled 20 in 30 days. I mean, the thought of enrolling 20 people in 30 days, I was like, no way, no. I never enrolled more than 7 people in 30 days. But he explained it. And by the way, if you Google it, if you feel that you're ready for a challenge of that scope, then you can Google it now, Eric Worre, 20 and 30, and he's got all these videos and he'll teach you how to do it. I think you can buy a package from him for $199 or something, and it's got it all together for you. But he taught it to us that day, JoJo, and I left there and I was like, okay, I got to do this. It's time. My business is, you know, it's sliding backwards. It's not growing. I've been stuck for 8 years and it's just crazy. I have to do this. And so I did it. I just made a decision. I told everyone I was going to do it. I said it on Lenny's call. I said it on my calls. I said it in all my groups. So I created massive accountability, right? I hired a coach for those 30 days. My coach was Bill Mayer because he really helped me with my mindset, right? And really keeping my mindset on track and keeping my frequency and my vibration in the right place. And I enrolled 17 people in 30 days. And out of those 17 people, right the year before that, I had enrolled one new leader in Hawaii, and she was Carlita Totes, and she's now 5-star, knocking on 6-star. She'll be maxed out probably by the end of this year. So the year before I did the 20 and 30, I had one new leader. So we were starting to get some momentum. I was flying to Hawaii and working with her. And then when I did the 20 and 30, Samantha Locketshire saw me on Facebook and said, I want to join your team. She joined my team. And between me and Carlita and Samantha, within 2 years, I went from 4-star to 8-star, but I was really 3-star because I wasn't even cycling 4-star. So I went 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, 8-star in 2 years with 2 new builders on my team.
Is that incredible?
It's
That's
amazing.
incredible. So 2 people. So when we talk about how 2 people can change your whole life,
yeah.
it's a true story. And I haven't been here quite as long as you, but I've been here 11 years, so I'm almost. And I remember feeling that, being there, watching the people go from nothing to 100,000 a year in 5 seconds. And I was like, what are we doing wrong? Right. So, that comparison took over, but watching you when you maxed out your center and hit platinum, and it was very exciting for all of us because it really showed that what happens when you're persistent. So I know Lenny quietly behind the scenes calls us the persistent sisters. Right? So it's so when you say you put your mind to it, so you just said you were going to do it, do you have action steps? What did you do? So you said, so you've been coasting this all this time, feeling comfortable. Now you said, I'm going to do it. What did you do?
Well, the 20 and 30 is very specific, what he has you do. Pretty much, he had me do like a whisper campaign. And again, he talks all about that in the training. But so I just did what he told me to do. And I locked and loaded. And I basically I told my team, my current team, hey, mama is going to have to go have some new babies. So you guys are going to have to work on your own for 30 days, 45 days. And I'm going to be 100% focused on bringing in new people. And I just literally I moved over to St. George, Utah, and rented a house down the street from Dave MacArthur and Lenny Evans, just because I knew that would feel so good for me. But I rented a beautiful house, but I just hung out in the house and worked the entire time. And Lenny thought I was crazy, but I mean, in a good way. But he was like, he was very supportive of it, of course. And then Dave was right down the street, and I remember his whole story. And I enrolled those 17 people. And then since then, it's really been what I learned the most, you guys, is that I am a success when I take daily action. I can't judge myself based on if I sign someone up or not. That's irrelevant. If I talk to new people, I set appointments, I have conversations, I expose new people to Isagenix every single day, and I follow up with my current customers, and I follow up with people that didn't buy for me. Those 3 things. When I check that box every day and I put a number in that box every day, how many new people did I share it with? How many people did I follow up with that haven't purchased from me yet? And how many people did I touch base with that are my customers or my team? When I do that, I am a success. And that's the thing I think that I want you guys all to take away from our time here tonight is if you can learn just the very basic skills of connecting with new people, sharing your story, and sharing the Isagenix vision with them. If you can learn how to do that, and then if you can be consistent with that and get your system in place, how does it work for you? What's your schedule look like? What's your system? And making sure you do that every single day and focus like you never focus. Create that vision in your mind of what it is, your why, right? What it is you want to create, and hold on to that every single day as if it's already happened. Feel like I was walking around as a platinum when I was cycling 20 times a week, right? You got to just step into that feeling. What would it feel like when you get to fire your boss? What will it feel like when you get to pay off your credit cards? What will it feel like when you get to send your children to the school you want to? What will it feel like when you get to retire your husband? What will it feel like when you get an extra $500 a month so the stress of financial craziness can be off of your shoulders? I want you to know what that'll feel like, and I want you to feel that way and operate from that space every single day. and you will get better and better and better. And when you find yourself operating from the old space, your old beliefs, your old reality, it's okay. You just shift it. You just go, oops, there I am again in that old reality. Boom, step into your new reality and operate from that place. And for me, that means, you know, I feel joy, I feel gratitude, I feel, you know, I'm celebrating on a daily basis. So that's what I still do every single day. And I haven't rank advanced in 2 years, you know, to rank advanced so I've opened up my reentry, right? And now for me to go from 8-star to 9-star, I have to get my reentry to 50 cycles a week. So I'm working on that, you know. My reentry is going, it's like maybe 10, 15, 20 cycles a week. And, you know, it's cool because now with every 300 you cycle. So you get paid a lot more in your reentry. But anyway, did you want me to open for any questions or?
I do. You know what, before we go there, I just, you do something that's really cool with your prospects, with the people that you're looking to bring into your business, and you qualify them for not only this business, but for your time. Can you share a little bit about how you qualify your people?
Sure. Yeah. You know, I learned that from Jennifer Trainer, who learned it, I think, from Jeffrey Combs. And Jennifer Trainer, by the way, Jennifer Trainer, I don't know if you guys know of her. She's earning over $1 million, I think 1.2 a year in Isogenics. She's been on my team for maybe 5 years, and she went really fast. And she coached with a gentleman by the name of Jeffrey Combs, and he taught her really how to qualify people. And so the first thing is, you know, you're asked if someone wants to know more, you set up that appointment, right? Okay. And then what do you do in that appointment? And this is what Jennifer would do. And this helped me so much. First thing is, how can I help you, right? What is it you want to accomplish? What would you like to change? So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for someone that can answer that question. Someone that really knows what they want, right, JoJo? They know what they want. They're able to articulate it. They're not like, well, I don't know, you know, blah. Okay, it's okay if they're that person. I'm not saying I'm not going to present to them. I'm not saying I'm not going to help them get the products, but we're going to qualify first because I want people to have success. So number one, what is it I can help you with? What is it that you want? Number two, you're looking for people that can say what it is they want. Number two, okay, great. If JoJo said to me, you know, I want to, you know, pay off my credit card and never have to work again. I want to be able to travel the world, and my dream is to, you know, feed children in Africa. Great. Awesome. Gosh, that is so beautiful. You could definitely accomplish that here. Tell me on a scale of 1 to 10. So the next thing I do is ask them how important it is to them. On a scale of 1 to 10, JoJo, how important is it to you? And I repeat back their goal, their why. And so that's a really important question because you can really find out where people are. And if they're like, oh, it's about a 6 or so, they're probably not ready. This is not the right time for them. If they're like an 8 or a 9, that's cool. So if they're a 6 or something, I might say, well, even if they're an 8 or a 9, I'm going to say the same thing. What's it going to take to get you to a 10? Right? Because this program, let's say you're talking about product results, this program works. Even if you're talking about wealth results, right? It works, right? So this program absolutely delivers on the promise. It works, but it only works if you're committed to doing it, right? So if you're an 8 or a 9 or a 6 or whatever, you have to be a 10. If you're a 10, to follow it, it's going to work for you. So a lot of times at that point, JoJo, what they're going to do is they're going to let you know what's in their way, right? What they're doubtful of, what's holding them back. That's going to come up. Well, I've tried other programs and I didn't like this, or I tried other things. You know, they're going to let you know what's in the way, right? And then we can just ask them, you know, if we could help, if I could show you, you know, how you could do this and how it's going to work for you, you know, would you be willing to try? Would you be willing to try again? And so you're looking for people that have a big dream, goal, a desire to have something change right now, right? And that's important. And those people are going to speak clearly. They're going to be speaking in superlatives. And so you're looking for that. And when you have that, that's definitely someone this is a candidate for. If you don't have that, you can very kindly say, you know, I don't think this is the right time for you. I always tell people, I'm not here just to sell you a pack. I'm here to get you results. And it doesn't sound like you're really ready quite yet to, you know, to really give it 100%. Would you be willing to call me when you feel more prepared? Would you be willing to call me when you're ready? Can I check back in with you within a month? And a lot of times what will happen is they will say, no, I'm ready now, right? But you just need to make sure, because I don't want to waste my time selling them a value pack and getting them all going. And, you know, if they're not going to do it, right? Because then what happens? They don't do it. Then what do they say? Isagenix doesn't work, which is not even true. It's a big waste of my time. It's a big waste of their time. So I used to, JoJo, in the past, man, if they had a heartbeat and if I could talk them into it, I was getting that credit card. And that feels really good, okay? But that is about me. That's about my sale. That's about my PIB. And if that person isn't ready, I just did them a major disservice. And myself. And Isagenix, our company.
Such a huge point.
So it took me a little time to get there. Because, you know, in the beginning, you guys, I mean, again, if they got a pulse, if they're breathing, you know, we want to sign them up. And we can talk them into it, you know. But just pay attention. Are they really ready? And if they're not, honor them. They will love you so much for that. They will respect you for that. And they will come back to you. They will.
That was huge. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I am going to, switch my view here.
Okay.
So we can see if anybody has any questions or something you'd like to say. Just go ahead and unmute yourself. I think everybody on the phone is already unmuted, so you guys should be able to unmute yourself and ask a question if you're on the phone.
I will. Hi, Rhonda. It's Vinny. How are you?
Hi, Vinny.
You look great. I don't really have any questions. I just really appreciate what you said and how transparent you were about, you know, allowing people to understand that, you know, there is a point in this business when you are making pretty good money where you can get comfortable, and, you know, and when you get comfortable, obviously, you know, you don't really check up on your people that you have, your teammates. You just, you know, go on your own way. And sometimes those teammates fall off and you start cycling a little bit less. And people need to understand that, you know, the reason why, you know, so many people are making so much money because they're getting after it too, but they're still enjoying their life. So I'm glad you were transparent that, you know, you just can't sit back on your laurels if you want to change the world. You know, you have to keep going. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Vinny. And also you have to keep going. I think the hardest part for me was keeping going, you know, before I got to the 100,000 a year. You know, that was the hardest part, when everyone seemed to be going a lot faster than me. And, you know, here I am, 4 cycles, 5 cycles. I'm like, are you serious? You know, I mean, like, I live in California. I can't live on this, you know, and that was the hardest part. And so I'm really thankful for the events, because I think the events really kept me in the game. And I'm really just grateful for, you know, just that ability to hold on and keep going, even though it was taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. It really had to work on my mindset. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny.
Anybody else?
I have something.
Anna?
This is Anna, yes.
Anna and then Mona. Okay.
Rhonda, thank you so much. You know, they always say that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so even though the things that you shared with us are not new, sometimes the message comes right when you're holding on by a thread. So I appreciate that, because it gives those who have more kicking days than not hope that it's possible. So Thank you. I appreciate it so much. But I would like to know, if you don't mind sharing with us, like what your daily mode of operation is, then even versus now. Like, is it the same? Has it changed?
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, sweetie. I'm really glad you were here tonight. And so the daily method of operation, it's still really the same. I mean, it's number one, I spend time every single day learning. So I have personal growth time. That's reading a book, and I like to stay reading and studying anything to do with network marketing. Eric Worre's great. You know, I mean, I really like to stay plugged into that. It just helps me. So I read that, and then I've got my other personal growth stuff I'm working on. So I'm always working on growing. And then the biggest thing I got is every single day making sure I have got at least a 1 in that box that says how many new people did I share Isagenix with today. It's so crucial. And then so that is a big priority of mine, and I'd like to have at least 2 in there. That's the goal, 2 every day. Being very consistent with that. Being very consistent with following up people that I talked to in the past. And to be quite frank with you guys, that's never been a strong suit of mine. I think I would be making $2 million a year if I was better at follow-up. So I'm really working on that. And then following up with my team and coaching my team and, you know, sharing, you know, doing calls with my team. So that is the daily method of operation. I'm also always, now I'm working out. I never used to, so I got that in there. But I have a lot of free time now, you know. That's just my life. I don't have any kids. I don't have a husband, you know. And I work for myself in Isagenix. So, but I have to say though, Anna, it's just those basic fundamentals. If you can make sure you get those in every day, learning and exposing new people to Isagenix, learning and exposing new people to Isagenix, learning and exposing new people to Isagenix. That is how you take your business to the next level.
Mm.
Yep.
You share, there, share, repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. Mona.
Hi, this is Mona in Southern California. Awesome. Thank you for being here with us, Rhonda. You mentioned personal development just now, and you mentioned it earlier. Can you think back about where you were before you were a 6-figure earner and what you did day in and day out, other than events, to keep in the game with regards to mindset and personal development?
Yes, for sure, Mona. Okay, so I like to go to, I would try to go to seminars and stuff like that. Like I went to T. Harv Eker and that type of stuff, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Later on, even after I got to 6 figures, I started doing all the Tony Robbins events. So I like to go to events outside of Isagenix as well. It's a great place to meet people who are into growing and they want more. So it's a great place for recruiting and networking. And but really, Mona, this is what I did. Every single night, and I still do this 90% of the time. Every single night as I'm falling to sleep, I'm listening to positive affirmations going into my brain. I used to do Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. She's got a great, if you go to her on YouTube and you can listen to her affirmations, I would listen to her, or any one of those books that I was listening to on tape. You know, You Were Born Rich, the one we're studying now. I recently did all these stuff on vulnerability with Brene Brown. So that's my thing, is I'll read during the day, maybe in the bathtub or something I'll read. But at night as I'm falling asleep, I am reprogramming my brain. And I've been doing that for close to 20 years now. I needed it. I still need it every day. You know, because we are our team and our business and our life and our relationships, everything is going to grow to the extent that we grow. It's an inside job. Everything that's showing up outside is only there to show us what we're thinking, what we're believing, what we're saying, and what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't like something you see outside, celebrate it. Understand it's an opportunity for you to see and you can turn it all around. So I did a lot of hypnotherapy CDs also when I was falling asleep, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, daily.
So good. Thank you.
Great question. Anybody else? Paul?
Thanks, JoJo. Thank you, Rhonda. Thanks for being on the call. I appreciate it. A couple of things that you just mentioned about cycling 60 times and affirmations. One that I have is I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a 4-star crystal executive cycling 60 times a week and earning a $274,000 residual annual income. I haven't said that. I haven't written that for months. I can't remember last time I did it, and I just did it this morning, and felt really good. And you talked about being at that point and being in a comfort zone, and that just kind of, floored me, kind of made me realize that we never really leave our comfort zone behind as much as we chase our fears and everything. I think that comfort zone is chasing us all the time. So it's kind of a, you got to try and stay ahead of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, so that said, Paul, I do, so a lot of, so much in this business has taken me out of my comfort zone. So much. I mean, everything from, in the beginning, Ron Reed would ask me to speak on his conference call. I mean, wanted to die other than get on that call and speak. I mean, literally, and then Kathy Cooper asked me to be on stage at Ice Chance University, and then, writing my list and making phone calls. I mean, so whatever you're afraid of, it's super, super powerful in this business. As you slowly tackle those things, you start to build yourself up and build yourself up, then you can get comfortable. And, that's why, like right now, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm making almost $1 million a year. I just moved into my dream house. My mom is set. My sister is set. I am healthy. The world is good. And so now I'm still focusing. I need to stay focused on that big why, like a big goal. It doesn't have to be about me. It can be about someone else. That's helpful for me.
Awesome. So. Even better when it's about someone else, right?
It is.
Because it just happens anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks, Paul. Anybody else? Well, I just want to thank you so much and honor your time. And I know that was really helpful. I've seen the little messages going on in the chat box about people having chills and how amazing it was. And so it's so awesome to have you here because you're so just real. And, it's that part of sometimes all we see is the glory. We go to the events and we see the glory and we don't know the story behind all of it. We just see all of these bright smiling faces on stage and we compare ourselves to that. And there's so much wrapped up into every single one of those little stars. So much, right? And so thank you for showing some of the real side of what this is. And we appreciate you so much.
I think it's so crucial that that I showed up at the events and the most important thing that I think I did at events was to really be present and to really celebrate everyone's success so deeply, and realizing that everybody has a story behind the glory, and so you guys are awesome, and I'm really proud of you. And just remember, I always say people like it's a 5-year plan, I don't know, maybe it's a 10-year plan, but regardless, if you study and you take action every single day and you just never quit, never ever quit. Just draw the line in the sand. I'm doing this. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care who goes faster than me. I am doing this. And don't expect perfection out of yourself. Expect progress, not perfection. And understand that if you never quit, and if you take action every day, and if you focus on where you want to go, You will get there. It has to happen. It can't not happen. So I love you guys all so much. If you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, beautiful. I can't wait to see you. We're going to be teaching together at Bliss in what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Is it like 3 weeks? Oh my gosh. So if anybody wants to come down for Bliss, it's definitely worth it. So, and then Carrie and I are off to Kelowna on Wednesday to go retreat up there. So I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us and giving us all of your energy and love. We appreciate you. I will, let's see. Let me unmute everyone so everyone can scream a big thank you. All right, everybody, say thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda.
So much.
Thank you,
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Everyone.
Keep
Thank you,
cycling.
love. See you soon. Bye, guys.